Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, good morning. I'm Jennifer Newton. I'm with the South Carolina VP. I am the South Carolina VP of Membership. I'm excited this morning to present membership tools and our tips and tools for a successful year. Today, our agenda is that we are going to learn the basics of PTA, gain and retain new members, how to gain and retain new members, add members to give backs, gain tips and tools to help you run your unit. And this workshop is being recorded, so we will be able to post it online after this morning. So let's get started. First of all, I want to go over some important words and their meanings. If you are new or newer to PTAing, there are PTAs and PTSAs. And the difference is with PTSAs, you'll find that this is more common in middle schools and high schools. It's parent, teacher, student associations. And we do collect dues. It's the amount of money paid to the PTA for membership, because without members, there would be no PTA. And a PTA member is someone who pays dues to the PTA. Why is membership important? PTA is a membership-funded nonprofit association. Without members, there are no PTA or PTAs. Members vote on all business conducted for that unit, bylaws, budgets, officers, elections, and so much more. The number one reason people say they haven't joined PTA is because they were not asked. Some membership basics that I would like to share. First of all, to start a unit or to start a year necessarily, you want to have a goal in mind. So you do want to set realistic membership goals and work together with your board to reach them. And just a side nugget with givebacks, there is a way in there for you to record your goal. And we are going to work this year to help units learn how to do that and to continue to do that going forward. Okay, let's also, some other things that we do is that we can think of new ideas and ways to get creative and how to gain members. And I have linked here a couple of places that when you all get the video later on, you can click through, but one of them is a Facebook group called PTA Local Leaders. And there are a lot of new and exciting ideas or just even questions that people ask about membership, and even as far as fundraisers and just questions about spiritware and all of it. It's very helpful for not just membership committee leads or committee members. It's also helpful for PTA as a whole. And another tool I'd like to talk about real briefly is National PTA's Membership Mania. They just kicked this off. It is ongoing. It is a wonderful tool. They take you step by step from the beginning and how to expand, and it just is awesome. We're on week 3 of the first section, and they have thought of everything. So definitely check in to sign up for Membership Mania. And the website that I have linked here is the website that you can go and find out more information and sign up for that if you haven't already. But also have open communication and be very transparent. How can you get members? Let's talk about creating a membership plan. Picture, listen, ask, and nurture. So we're going to go through each of those. Picture your potential members and how to reach them. Who are possible members? You can ask your previous PTA, PTSA members. You can ask parents. You can ask caregivers. We definitely encourage school staff, teachers, principals, even down to the custodial staff. They're a vital part of the school, and they are just as important. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, and other relatives, community leaders, your mayor, even your school superintendent. I would love it if our school superintendents all across South Carolina were plugged in and engaged. And I'm not saying that they're not, but it would be great if they were part of local PTAs to be able to get input and to be able to give input. Local businesses and community members can also be members. Where can you reach them? There's a whole plethora of places that you can reach members and how to communicate. Email, phone, text, backpack flyers, social media, newsletters, school announcements, robocalls or all calls, family events that your school hosts. If your principal will allow you all to have a table at school events, then that is an opportunity best yet to use. It's a wonderful place to start. Back to school events and just talk in person. If you're in the car rider line at your child's elementary school, hop out and, well, safely before the cars are moving, but hop out and talk to your neighbor. How can you renew and attract more members? Email the previous members with an easy renewal process. That's you can we the state of South Carolina uses GiveBacks, formerly known as Member Hub. So there's a way to reach out to the former members through email and newsletters. Also have a low or no cost incentive. Offer discounts to events for the school year. Partner with a restaurant or store to give discounts. Promote your national PTA incentives. That's going back to Membership Mania. You can even ask your principal to encourage staff, possibly offer incentives for them as well. And I will tell you, if you offer to bring snacks to one of their meetings, their faculty meetings, they're going to listen and they're going to want to be a part of what you're doing, because they get excited when you're doing stuff for kids, because that's their number one priority. Then encourage all board members to recruit 5 new members. And I love that idea. Listen out to find out what matters most to your community, because it's not just about doing fundraisers. It's also about listening to your community and what's important. And we're also advocates for our children. So what is important? How will you listen? You can survey parents, teachers, students. You can have a forum with the school staff, the faculty meetings. You can post social media polls, obviously with permissions with the principal to make sure that it is in line with goals that you and the principal work towards. PTA chats hosted by the board members. You can host play dates, back to school events, and personal outreach. Again, with every board member recruiting 5 new members, that's 5 people to gain input from. What can you ask? And you can ask this: what would you like the PTA to focus on this year in support of student success? What could PTA do to support the school improvement plan? What makes you proudest of our school community, and what concerns you most? How can your PTA respond to and align to your priorities? First of all, you can create a calendar, your meeting time and format, making sure that you are trying to include as many people as possible, and making sure that the time frame and the days line up to include as many people. Programs and clubs, school improvements, fundraising, and after-school events. Ask others to join PTA by sharing a unifying message. Knowing and understanding the concerns parents and teachers have in your community, plus 2 to 3 ways that you and your PTA will address those concerns, equals your PTA's unifying message. And it certainly is great to have a unified front to work with. And when you have a common goal, we get things done. For example, PTA heard families and teachers were concerned about bullying. So we will be implementing a new program for students to encourage kindness and respect. We are partnering with the school to develop creative solutions for times there are high reports of bullying, like recess and lunchtime, and we're promoting parent information on cyber safety. That's just one wonderful example. Another is PTA is aligning our efforts with what families and teachers said mattered most to them. This year, our PTA will focus on a mix of programs, clubs, and school improvement projects that encourage healthy lifestyles to reinforce the school's character education. Lastly, The third example, PTA is aware of social and emotional well-being of the students as heard from parents and teachers. This year, our PTA is using grant money to fund a safe space for students to go to when they are feeling overwhelmed. PTA is providing everything needed from a list sent in by school counselors, teachers, and parents. So let's talk about turning a no into a yes. Common objectives to join in the PTA. There are several different excuses or reasons why people may not want to or may not think about joining PTA. And I've listed a couple here on the next couple of slideshows. And when you all get this, you can take time to read through these, but I don't have time. No problem. You don't have to have a lot of time. You can do what you want to within the different volunteer opportunities. The next one, I don't like to fundraise. Well, nobody really likes to have to fundraise, but with fundraising, we are able to fund the projects and the common goal that we are working towards for all the children. I like this one. My wife already joined. No problem. If your wife joined, your spouse can join too, or you can join. As a matter of fact, if you have grandparents, aunts, uncles, they can join as well. We love as many members as possible. Those PTA parents are just a big clique, and I feel left out I'll feel left out if I don't join. And I love that, but I laugh as well because yes, it can appear to be a clique, but we try to include everybody and try to have as many active people, and we do become friends. And so that's one of the best places to make friends is through your child's PTA and to learn all that's going on. So I say push in and try to join as many people as possible and make sure that everybody feels included. Meetings are boring and seem to be drawn out. Not necessarily, but there are lots of things that we do talk about. And I will say that a lot of times in improper places, when meetings are done where you have the principal and you have school staff involved, and it's wonderful to invite them, and they should be there. That is a wonderful place where the principal can share important things that are going on in your child's school, as well as grade level teachers can give updates and different ideas and activities that are going on. And in one school that I have been involved with, we had grade level and special area updates. So we also knew what was going on with art. We knew what was going on with the media center. We knew what was going on with field day. This was the breeding ground to helping to obtain volunteers for field day. So they sometimes can be long, but we do try to keep it at a minimum. Nurture your members year round. How do we do that? Be transparent with your budget and spending. Members want to know how the money is being spent and how it will benefit the children. Incorporate PTA logos. We've incorporated our logo on this slide, but there's a place on pta.org where you can customize your logo, and I have included the link here for you as well. So you can include your logo on anything with the events, programs, flyers, fundraisers, and general meetings, even down to your agenda. You can put your logo on the agenda that is shared with everyone. Stay connected. Most people use social media. Consistently use Facebook, Instagram, and sometimes Twitter, or now X. You can post updates, important information, due dates, and resources. I think of one of the most common are meeting updates for sure, and spirit wear, and just any kind of important updates, even that the principal might have. And it's a good idea within reason that your principal can be involved with your social media account. And we can talk about that later, but they're able to post updates as needed as well. You can also use givebacks for constant communication. Givebacks has a way for you to create email messages and newsletters. And I've put the link here for givebacks. I believe that is the link for workshops that they can teach you. You could sign up and they will show you how to create these email messages and newsletters. And we want to welcome all families to PTA. It's not just one group or not. We want to make sure that your PTA is accessible to everyone and be inclusive as possible. One of our state board members, her PTA has a population that has a lot of Spanish speaking students and families in their school. So to be inclusive as possible with the school and I think the district, they were able to help purchase headsets. So that way those that speak English use the headsets. And they had a primarily Spanish speaking individual that helped to conduct the meeting. So that way it was accessible for both languages present. So it is helpful to try to do those kinds of things to include as many people as possible. Respect time. Obviously, everybody is busy, and so respect the time. Try to keep it to no more than an hour. 45 minutes is usually good to go through an agenda, a robust agenda, and stick to the agenda. And it's always good to have an agenda and present that to your principal ahead of time so that way they're aware of what's going to be talked about. This is not a gab session to talk about XYZ's teacher, but this is to stick to the things that you have on there. A president's address, a treasurer, and then any membership updates and any kind of special activities that you have going on, and answer questions. This will be a forum where you will have parents and you'll also have teachers in this meeting. And so you want to be able to answer questions from anybody that may have questions about what's going on with PTA. Show you care. I can't stress that enough. Make it easy as much as you can for your members to contact you. List basic contact information on your meeting agenda. You can also ask your principal, whoever manages the school website, to help put a page on that website for contact information. And it is up to you if you want to have your personal cell phone. They may not publish that for you, but it is definitely good to have an email or even create a general PTA Gmail account and have that on there. So that way people have a place to reach out to you other than face-to-face and coming up to the school. Also answer any questions that they may have and actively listen and engage in conversation. And the last couple of pages here, I want to share some give backs tutorials that I have included that I feel like are very important. As most of you know, give backs was Member Hub. And so Member Hub changed their name over the summer. The website is still memberhub.com, and they are slowly and steadily adding tutorials to their YouTube page with their new name. And so I've linked some of those here, but I created this one, how to add a cash and check paid member to give backs. And then on the next page, I have included other links from them as well. Setting up membership to sell in your store. So that's your give backs store. How to import members in bulk. So that way you're not having to manually add one by one. They give you step-by-step instructions on how to do that. And then let's just say you have a member that you need to edit their information or void a member. That's only with a cash and check member. You can't do that with someone who's paid online. I've included a link here. And then another important resource is printing and emailing membership cards. Now, I will say with givebacks, they usually get an email copy. If their email is provided, they get an email copy of their membership card. But if you want to print and re-email them to them, this is the link to be able to do it. And then a couple other resources I have listed here is how to create a newsletter and then how to send emails and messages. It's very important. And I promise that communication is important, and it will be to your advantage to learn these tools, and it will help you in the long run. All right, so why do we do all of this? For all of your hard work, it's time to shine. Do we do this just for awards and accolades? No, we don't. But the South Carolina PTA wants to give an opportunity to commend you and have a chance for you to shine. And so we do have membership awards that we have linked here to our website. We have the Early Bird membership, we have the Golden Apple, and One Voice for Every Child. And all of those applications are due by October 30th. So it's important to fill out the verification forms and to get them into me. All the information's on our website on the membership page. So you go there and you will see everything that you need to know. And lastly, if there's any questions, feel free to email me. My contact information is here. You can text or call me. I, welcome your phone calls anytime. I do work full time, but outside of that, I'm a full-time volunteer. And so I love to hear from you and try to be a help as much as possible. And I am looking for members to assist me on the membership committee, that we will talk about how to help units with membership drives and how to help you all find new members and any concerns that you all have, and as well as helping with the awards and going through that process. But at this time, I have completed the presentation, and if anybody has any questions, you can put it in the chat, or I can unmute and we can talk. Otherwise, we are concluding this training session. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing and meeting you all soon. Take care.
Thank you, Jen. This was great.
Thank you. I'm trying to figure out how to stop the share.
You have a question in the chat, I think.
I do. Yes. Let me unmute you, Contessa. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can figure out how to do it. There we go.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey. The presentation was great. Let me say that for a person who is new to PTA and all it entails, that was an excellent presentation. I know you guys are focused on memberships, and the memberships help you get the information out to the public.
Absolutely.
But one of my main questions is memberships for children. And some of the issues that we are having is you can only assign one person per email address on MemberHub for memberships.
Yes.
So if you have a family of, let's just say 5, or we have a lot of single moms who've got a couple of kids, then she really can only get a membership for herself, because she only has her email address to use. Okay. Is there a workaround? What can we do? Because I don't want to turn away the money when Absolutely. They get a membership, but we are stuck because of the email address situation.
I understand, because when you go to put in a student membership, it does not ask you for an email. Jessica, can you speak to that? Jessica is our most recent former VP of membership. From my first inclination would be, yes, a student can still join, but the communication would lie with talking to that parent and communicating to that parent and making sure that the students know when the meetings are, and the student will still have a voice to come to the meeting. But that is, with voting, I do see what you're saying, and I will make a note of that to see if I can find a workaround or see what I can find out about that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great question too, because you can only have one email per member. Are you a PTSA?
Yes. Well,
Awesome.
my first year serving as president at Sue Cleveland Elementary, and so we are hosting a membership drive right now, and we've got people who want to sign up their kids, and just get the family signed up. But if you don't have another email address to use, then, you're kind of stuck in, wanting to do something, but you really can't because of the limitations of the program. So yeah, that's where we are.
Yeah, that's a really great question. And yeah, Jen will definitely look into that. And Jen, let me know. I'm very curious as well.
Yes, I can
There has to be a workaround. There has to be, you know.
absolutely. Just, to think that we're expecting a parent to communicate to that child to make it to a meeting, that makes it hard because that's not being inclusive in communication. So we will talk to our give backs representative to see how we can do that. The only other thing that I can think of is, well, I'm talking about communications, but for memberships, that's not going to help because you don't want to have 5 million email addresses and depending
Right.
on the age of the student, like my son, he's 15, he has an email address, but it depends on the age of the student and really the responsibility with phones and
Right. And it's
stuff.
not so much as the communication part of it.
Yeah.
It is like you cannot go beyond, you can't even put it in your cart. You can't do anything
Yeah.
without that email address. And so I have a first grader who has an email address. Well, he has a school email address. I don't know what that email address is just because
Yeah.
it's the school email address. So that is where we are running into issues with memberships. The mom wants to sign up, she signs up, she wants to get the kid a membership, but she cannot do that because they have to have an email address in order to be able to sign up on site. So it just causes, we have been trying to figure out how to do this and work around this, and we are dead stop.
Absolutely. And that comes into play as well with voting, because if you're on the board and you have something to vote on, like new board members, typically with the voting process, especially electronically to include everybody, is to do a Google form, and it's going to recognize if the settings are just one email response or one response per email, it's only going to give the parent the voice to vote. So
Right. And I wouldn't I know my sixth grader, because she's in middle school, then she's always checking her email. Anybody below that age, they're not looking at, emails or anything like that. It's just not something that they, are having to do religiously, as parents and, teachers and staff and everybody else. So it's for the communication, but you still want, if there's a bypass for the kids email, just for the kid membership, to take that off, then I think you will see an uptick in the children membership, because now that's not required. Or to be able to accept a email address that's already in the system.
Yeah.
For a family, to be able to group them, say, okay, this is the Gonzalez family. It's 5 of them. You got mom, dad, and these are the 3 kids, no email addresses, but this is a family. And the primary communication will be mom or dad, and, be able to group it like that. But just for the child membership, no email address is required. And I think you see an uptick in the amount of children memberships you have.
I agree with you. You have some really great ideas and some really great points. And I know Jen is looking for people to serve on her membership committee. So if you're interested, let us know. And I think you'd be a great asset to her committee.
Well, thank you. This is my first year being a part of PTA and also being the president of our local PTA at the school. So, and
that's okay.
And the majority of the people that I'm working with is 5 girls, 5 ladies. It's all the same, it's nobody's really done anything. And so it's all fresh, new insight on, what can we do? How can we do it? How can we make experiences for children to want to come to school, to get involved in the community, get the community out to the school to know that we're here and we're doing stuff. And, COVID is, well, hopefully COVID is done, but, the big part of COVID is done. We're here. We want to be, out here, and we want the families to come out and just participate in what we have going on. So yeah, this is me talking, is everybody who's on the committee, because, we feel the same way. So
I love your passion. That's great. And if you need help, reach out to Jen, reach out to any of us, really. All of our contact information is on the website.
Yes.
Even if it's just a little question,
Yeah, and the website there is so much, like there is so much.
We are in the process of revamping the website and just making it a little bit more organized and easier for people to navigate.
Yeah, I mean, it is awesome. It really is, but it is like IKEA, like you are like it's trying to, figure out, okay, this is what I need, but okay, wait, what? Okay, you're just, and you end up picking up stuff that you didn't need along the way, because it's just so much stuff on there, that you can use. So, but it is awesome. It really, really is. It's a wealth of knowledge and information.
Well, we're happy that you're utilizing it. So we work really hard on it. So, and this is because of local leaders like you that, we're even able to do what we do. So we appreciate your service. We appreciate your passion and everything that you're doing for your school and those kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's for the babies. So
well, they are our future.
Right.
And Jen, she put her email address in the chat. I took a screenshot of it. So that way, when you find the answer to her question, we can email her and let her know.
Absolutely. I wrote it down too, because I want to get on that today and hopefully get an answer, at least if not Monday, earlier than that, from our Givebacks representative to see what they say. Absolutely. Well, Contessa, is there anything else that we can help you with or walk through with you? I know you said you're brand new to this, so is there any other questions we can help you with?
I don't think so. I know that was a real big thing, that membership. My team is all waiting with bated breath to see what I come back with.
Okay.
About that. I think that is it right now. Like I said, we're in the middle of a membership drive, and we've got this competition going on between the staff and the teachers, and that was just a big hindrance. And I want to remove as many of those as I can, because I know if it's easy, people will do it, and have no qualms about telling other people to do it. But if you get one hiccup, that may just, tear the whole, thing down. So I think that's it.
Perfect. Well, you again, we'll be posting this video. Our contact information is on the website under the About tab, so you can find us. I'll reach back out to you shortly, hopefully with this answer, but anytime, or any of your other officers, please let them know that they are welcome to reach out to us. We appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate you guys doing this workshop and meeting and answering my questions and helping me.
Absolutely. Well, you have a great day and a great weekend, and we look forward to talking with you soon.
Okay, you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye, Jen. Bye.
Bye.